Hi, I'm David Weegenaar. I come to you all the way from Christchurch, New Zealand. Not literally, of course, with daily chess sessions and news and that sort of thing, and things that interest me. Anyway, today's date is the 15th of December 2017, so we all know that that's 10 days away from Christmas. Yes. Right, so season's greetings, and this is the first time, even though I've done an outtake because it went a wee bit long, this is the first time that I've come to you with webcam in the same time as putting the chess on. So here we go. Now this is special because this is the worst game on record. Well, it is according to the book that I have here, the Chess Player's Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. No, the Chess Player's bedside book. Okay, and I've had that since 1975, a long time ago. Yes, and so I've had a quick check on YouTube just to do a wee bit of research to see whether or not this has been done before, and I could only find current games that claim to be the worst game ever played. But this is the world's worst game of chess according to this book here, this publication, and it was played in 1889 between Steinitz and Chigorin. And anyway, the thing is what, that's 128 years ago. And the thing is that this is played by the world's best players in the World Chess Championships back then. And so here we go, without further ado, here is the game. So I'm going to have my wee book here, and you'll see me with my reading glasses. These are my reading glasses. Okay. And my watch, by the way, my friend at church, he's 7 years old, he really likes it. But my sister thinks it looks like a gangster's watch, so she thinks it makes me look like a gangster. So here we go. I'm just going to go right into it here right now. I'll just take the mouse off the board, and here we go, e4, e5. So this is the, I'll just quickly say, this is an Evans Gambit, and Chigorin is white against Steinitz. And this is the 17th and final game. Fair enough. It was played on the 24th of February. At Havana, I believe. Yes, at Havana. Okay. Okay, let's go. So here we've got the Evans Gambit accepted with bishop b4, because they say that Steinitz would always grab a pawn if he can. Have a look at this. This is what's really bad about this game, or why it's the worst in my opinion, is because it just gets to be such a cramped position for black. It's not funny. Look at this. Look, the bishop, everything's attacking the queen, and all, like, just the queen has to move somewhere, and she wants to move to protect the pawn on e5. The pawn here, of course. So the pawn on e5. I'm not even able to do it at the moment. I don't want to get in the way of one of the cameras. So queen d6 comes, and knight a3. Look, this is all the sort of, oh look, the queen goes right out of range because it doesn't want to have rooks disturbing it on d6. d6, look at this wedge. Look, where's the white squared bishop going to go, I ask you? So king f8, don't want to. Now this is the most interesting part of the whole game, for me at least. This move, queen b4 here, is a novelty, a true novelty from back then. So isn't that cool? So this is the analysis in this opening. So it's really, really, really remarkable in my eyes that queen b4 is a true novelty back then. So onwards, bishop b3, g6, and then we've got this knight coming into the center from the flank, and we've got king g7, a4, knight b6, bishop f7, knight e5. Now you could stick the engine on this to see what it says. I could read what it says in the book after knight takes pawn. I'm not actually sure. So where was the analysis for that? That's right. Pawn takes knight, we'll just go over some real quickly. I want to keep it short. Look, the queen's sort of out of play here, isn't she? Pawn takes pawn. It's a wee bit of analysis, so sorry if you bear with me, please. Queen to knight 3. Threatening a bang or similar, or rook f7. And then c4, and then queen h3 check, and queen g3, and going on a king hunt, as it's called. Queen takes pawn, queen f7, king h6, and then we have just this nice quiet move. Not this one, not this move, because all of a sudden black would win with queen takes rook, or win major material at least. So here white just plays rook d3, queen takes pawn, and rook to rook 3. And I know you might say, well, it's not forced, is it? Okay, so we'll go back to after knight e5, why black doesn't play that. And now we're into the main line, which is the king g7 move. Okay, so yeah, it's a bit sad I need glasses, but that's what happens, and I'll probably need glasses properly from the rest of my life. So here we go, knight e5 to c4, b5. This is meant to be good, this move b5, b6, queen a4, queen c5, f3, knight e3, sort of like coordinating quite well. It still looks good for white, in my opinion. Rook b1, queen f7. Now this looks really, really good. And now white starts to go straight according to the analysis of the book. Queen d5, and black takes this pawn. So are we up to even? We have normality again, do we? We've got 6 versus 6, of course. So white's kind of got relieved of one of their pawns. Queen f8, knight c4, protecting the pawn on d6, which is attacked, and white is attacking the bishop on c8 that black has played queen f8 to defend. But after c5 before, they say that black comes into the game, and this move they say is very good too, even though it looks like it just gives away a pawn. Bishop a6, rook e8. Remember, these are the world champions back then. Rook c5 is also bad for white as well, because everything's just starting to fall to bits now in white's camp. So it's actually white that's having to defend here, but we're just going to show you the final moves here of, because I like speed, as I've said. Here white is threatening knight c6 and then protected past pawn, so no good. c6, can't take it because the pawn marches. That's the end of my session. Thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed that on The Muppet Show.